Epilog. Recording number 1, Commander Otten. Sunday, August 13th, 1989, 8 a.m., Year 2, Day 362. Greetings, in the light of the Radiant One. Thank you for being happy to receive my presence. I am pleased, Chela, with your work of these past days. Otten, at your service, friends. It appears that the flooding of information request regarding the creation, God, the God, and where does it fit, and where do I fit, can use a bit of simplification from a perception more nearly attuned to you of Earthplane. I shall attempt a bit of it, but, Chelas, you must remember that you have no memory of the whole as experienced on other dimensional levels. Therefore, to have full concept is something you will experience mentally and not on a piece of paper. Let us example a bit. If the news press says there will be a meteor shower at 12 midnight, might there be some meteorites at 11:45 p.m. or at 3 a.m.? Further, if one peers to the west, perhaps there are only 4, to the north 154, and directly above 1. Are they different? No, they are all a portion of the one projected meteor display. It is also quite impressive that you ones have meteors which traverse from lateral position. I would think meteor shower would mean a rather vertical falling toward Earth, not across the heavens. So be it. Signs ye request, signs ye get. It is not the responsibility of the sign giver to also be the audience. We know we are in thy heavens. More on the creation. Back to the creation. Recall the lessons ye have just recently received on duality versus one. There is only one. What you perceive as multiple is truly only one, so when you separate God from the creation, you have put thy problem to non-solution. The creation is above all, and God is one with the creation. You are one with God, therefore also one with the creation. So you become a unit of one within God and creation. What you make effort to do is separate the facets into separate things, and they are not. They are aspects of the one. Co-creators, co-organizers, co-experiencers, co-thought producers, co-players, and on into infinity, the circle of being. The problem lies in the effort at separation. The solution lies within the oneness. Since Paul is the most persistent questioner on this subject, let me example. Paul has an aspect that is gentle and all-giving. He also has an aspect that is quite cruel and selfish. Paul has an aspect that is a father, another aspect angry and resentful of his children. Paul is a teacher, but another aspect is foolish and cannot learn. Paul is married, but another aspect has no attachments whatsoever. Paul is an engineer, but one aspect cannot fix a good sandwich. Ye each have myriads of aspects. Can God and creation be granted as much? So be it, for it is so. As long as you separate and identify as if there were more than one, you will not understand. You cannot understand. All is one. There can be no who came first. It began and will end in oneness, for neither is there a beginning or an ending. There only is. All goes forth, out, from entity source, and therefore all will come back unto source, in. Just as if you reached forth your hand and picked up a morsel of food and placed it in your mouth. The hand and fingers went forth, still part of the one you, picked up a morsel of food and brought it back and placed it into thy mouth. Now the hand, fingers, and morsel of food have become one with you. However, in turn, you have then just become one with the morsel of food. The entirety of all is only perceived aspects of one, no less, and do not try to make it more, for it is no more, and therefore no less. You ones of Earthplane look about you and perceive all things as separate manifested energy forms. A chair, a table, a typewriter, a cooking pot, You perceive the same array within a dream of your choosing in thy night, and it is one. All, beloved ones, is a perception of aspects of the one. The higher understanding of these things come with thy opening insight at its proper time of fulfillment into knowledge. Ponder these things, yes, but working on them too diligently only fogs thy receivers. All things within the universe are simple, orderly, wise, completely feasible, and, if ye clear thy circuits, the information can flow within. Now Paul can go ask Reynos to explain it to him, but he will only get Reynos' explanation of his own perception. Dharma a bit different perception, and Alan and Oberly will simply look foolishly at both of you and wonder what in the world is wrong with you. All you need accept is that you are a working aspect of the whole and go about whatever it is that aspect of God is experiencing. Sorting. Now comes the more difficult portion. It is thy training and purpose to train your negative aspects in the perfection of Godness, goodness, if you wish to return to God in purity and perfection. God is now in the separation of his aspects, which are experiencing on earth plane in the form of human, ones to the dark side and ones to the light side, and all infinite levels in between. This is because the perception in the higher mind needs tend the manifested thought forms and cast them aside or bring them back within it himself. Life is an aspect of experience within illusion, brought forth in the slow vibration into manifested matter. The purpose is to function in such manner that you remain a being portion of God's thought forms to continue experience within the creation, for ye can be cast out from the thought patterns, completely, whoosh, gone. If thy soul were in full perception of this subject, ye would not be experiencing on earth plane. Earth plane is a manifested place for you to experience exactly as you are, in the density of the perception of matter. All is but one. All you have to hold uppermost is that all is but one. Move on with the experience as the aspect of that one. You cannot think it out clearly, for all is also a spiral, a circle, and ye shall always return to the exact place you have been. You must accept the growth and spiral toward the whole one, that ye not get caught in the whirlpool of ignorance. Wisdom, knowledge, and truth is thy goal, for it is truly thy relationship with God and the creation as one with it that must be thy goal. Digest this a few days, friends, and then we can discuss it again. I suggest, however, ye stop prying at it, accept it, and it will become clear to you. All wisdom, all truth, all knowledge, however, is God's. Therefore, to expect to receive all from God, ye must be willing to give all unto God. So be it. Oberly, it is time to begin to cross experience with Larry and Jane, for they are writing much history of thy new land, and you will see that much can be integrated to bring forth a whole view. There are many little aspects running about, working toward the same overall goal, so let us begin to form the unit. Theirs will be from ancient aspect as well as what has been coming forth this past week. Only names will be in difference. The Word is becoming one. The wonders and the glories are all about you. Do not miss of the rose that holds the key. You are the garden ripe unto harvest, and the master gardener is on the way. These other ones fall under the guidance and tutoring of other energy focus than am I. But the project of earth mankind is all one. We cannot do of it for Earthman, and we cannot do of it without Earthman. Further, Earthman cannot do it without us of the outer dimensional freedoms. A wondrous experience indeed. As with any grand relationship, it is good communications, in truth and sharing as a wholeness, without withholding from the other, that will reap the wondrously abundant harvest in glory. The brotherhood of wholeness, the brotherhood of man in light, wisdom, and knowledge, through truth and love, is the route, the fuel. Let this be a short lesson this day, Dharma, for we have overdone our welcome from thy mind and fingers this segment called weak. As your cyber, Chela, I am so well pleased with mine troops. You have done good works and such a great service unto thy fellow man. I am honored to be called your cyber, and I am forever in thy service. Salut, salut, salut. In the mighty presence of the I Am that is, and of which I am, I clear this frequency. Commander Georgos Saras Aten, Pleiades Command, Sector TS 7251-3. Leaving circuit. Out. Receiver postscript. I perceive that it is suitable to add this portion to the end segment of the journal just finished. There is great misunderstanding regarding the creation and God's relationship thereto. This explanation seems to add clarity. I am humbly grateful to have this privilege to serve. Thank you. Dharma.